Comfort may be your number one greatest enemy. All of us nowadays live lives where being comfortable is almost the norm, and becoming uncomfortable or doing things to go out of your way to get uncomfortable are very, very uncommon. We're very protected. We have constant sources of dopamine that we can collect to satisfy our mental brain. We have all of the resources we could possibly need in order to make our lives as easy as possible. And that includes all things. Even doing hard things has become significantly easier. For example, if you wanted to go to the gym or you wanted to get in good shape 150 years ago, there was not 10 different state-of-the-art physical fitness locations all available for $10 a month within 2 miles of the place that you reside. That didn't exist. You understand? If you wanted to go, get clean, you didn't have an unlimited source of hot, comfortable water that you could go bathe in to clean yourself off. And I'm not trying to demonize the comfort that we have entirely, because yes, it makes life a lot more enjoyable to live. I would much rather go to the grocery store and be able to just buy a pound of ground beef than have to go raise and murder a cow, and that takes months and hard work, all of that stuff. Comfort is a good thing when it comes to quality of life. But the problem that we have nowadays is that if you want to actually transcend, if you want to have freedom and control your own life, you need to have the ability to become uncomfortable and the skill to be uncomfortable. Because anything that will get you away from the norm, anything that will improve your life above the status quo is hard to attain. There is no such thing as easy money. There is no such thing as a person who's never went and talked to a girl in his life, has no communication skills, going out and getting the hottest girl. None of that actually exists. And that's Disney, that's fairy tale, that's fantasy land. And this is something that almost even creeps into my mind at times. Because, like I said, it's very easy to become trapped in this because it's very addicting. Comfort is very addicting. Once you get that loop where your body expects that dopamine hit, your body expects the reward from the little amount of effort we have to put in nowadays, it's unnatural to have to actually go put in work to attain anything because you don't have to do that with anything else. For example, I'm literally driving to my serving job at Olive Garden right now. And not to brag, because it's nothing to be proud of in my opinion, but I looked at my tax return from the last year. That was my first full year working at this specific job. And I looked at my tax return, and I was quite surprised with the amount of money that I actually made at this serving simple job that anybody could have. I was quite surprised, quite impressed, because it's more than I expected. And there were a few times in the past year, because I'm not gonna lie, my life is amazing. I go through struggles like everybody else. I don't have it made, and I have to put in a lot of work, but the way I see the world, I enjoy life a lot, and I enjoy the little things. And there's been times where I put on my work shirt, holy shit, I go to put on my work shirt, I arrive to work, I like most of the people I work with. It's a relatively positive environment. The people who come in to eat are relatively positive because who doesn't like going out to eat? I make decent money. I make enough money to survive for sure and buy, I have plenty of disposable income. And the thought creeps into my mind like, hey, maybe this isn't so bad. Maybe I don't want to end up at Olive Garden serving forever, but working a job, showing up here day in, day out, it's not the worst thing in the world because my life is still amazing already. And that is a exact consequence that is linked to the idea that everything we have, we get very easily. My body is so used to getting everything easily that I have what I have now, this job. I'm in this 9 to 5, I'm in the rat race. It doesn't take much effort. And my body doesn't know any different. So my body is almost tricking me into accepting this as success because my body doesn't want to have to work any harder because it doesn't have to for anything else. And this is a huge problem we have with society today. Things are not hard. Things are very, very easy to come by, and comfort is a result of that. Now, something I would say, a master of is physical fitness. There's still things I can learn, but from 1 to 10 scale, I'm at a 9. I know a lot of information about that, and I teach people about that. I'm not saying that to brag, but saying that so I can extrapolate this logic to you. When I first started working out, I knew absolutely nothing. For the first 9 months of me consistently lifting, I'm not talking about the times where I started and lifted for a couple months and stopped. I'm talking the first 9 months in a row where I consistently lifted every day or every other day. All I ever did was chest and biceps. That's it. I'm still paying the consequences for that. My biceps are still way bigger than they should be compared to the rest of my body, which is not as cool as it sounds. I'm still paying the consequences. Back then, though, when I would go to my basement and lift my Facebook Marketplace weights once every other day, in the super hot in the summer, the super cold in the winter, I was very uncomfortable. I did not use caffeine. I wouldn't even play music in my ears because I didn't have a speaker that was louder than my phone, and I thought, what's the point? I unintentionally removed all the comfort aspects from lifting. And guess what? I fucking hated it. I hated lifting. I hated it for years. It took forever for me to stop hating it because I was so uncomfortable. It was nasty. I didn't have gym clothes. I would just throw on a pair of basketball shorts and an old t-shirt. I wouldn't look good. I didn't feel good. I'd be tired because I'd be doing it first thing in the morning, and I hated it. But I will be the first person to tell you my favorite part of the day, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate, because physical fitness is something that a lot of people master first, and we're just trying to, put the other puzzle pieces together after that. Maybe you can't relate, so take this advice here. Working out, hitting the gym is my favorite part of the day. I love hitting the gym. It makes me feel alive. It makes the testosterone and the blood pump through my body. I love buying pre-workout and protein and having gym clothes and going to the gym and talking to my friends there. It's one of the biggest parts of my world. It's something I look forward to when I go to bed. I mean, I love it. Absolutely love it. The reason I love it so much is because I did it for so long, and I rewired and retrained my brain. I removed all possible free dopamine from it, and I had the discipline to do it when I hated it for so long. And I'm not saying that I just had this strong will, stronger than anybody else, no, but what I did have is I had the process in my mind, and I made it real through my mind. I started to feel like a man who lifted weights, like a strong man, long before I ever had the results. So I built that discipline, and that's what discipline is. So nowadays, I paid my price. I paid my dues. Now, I can get in my car, I can play loud music that I love, that gets my blood pumping. I can pour myself up a strong glass of pre-workout, sip it before I walk into the gym. I'm getting pumped up just talking about this, by the way. This is pumping me up right now on my way to work. I can go inside the gym, throw on whatever type of music I want, use the nicest equipment known to man, and just take an hour or two for myself, to improve myself. And it's something I genuinely love. And I use the word love very strongly because I think love is a strong word. Love. I love going to the gym. And this all ties back to comfort, because I took away that comfort, the comfort that I used to have, the comfort that we're also used to. I took that away from myself, and I made myself love it without the comfort, which is the key to success in any realm of human endeavor. So something I'm working on now is making content, making money. A lot of you guys have similar goals. Maybe your goal is the gym, maybe it's making money, maybe it's taking care of your parents, whatever it is. I strongly urge you to remove all comfort surrounding the idea. For example, your bedroom or your bed. If you have a hard time sleeping, it's because you're too comfortable in your own bedroom. Let me make that make sense. Nobody who ever worked 15 hours a day, sweating all day in the outside heat, sunburnt from the sun that's their skin's been exposed to all day because of the insane hard work. Nobody who's ever done that went home, maybe had a meal, that's all they had time for, that's it. Nobody ever walked into their bedroom at the time and said, I'm not tired, I can't sleep. Bullshit. Because they removed the comfort that when the comfort comes, which is the bed, then it's like, okay, boom, my brain's ready, time for me to go to sleep. And that's how the world is. The world is like a bed. The world is like a nice warm bed. The world is so comfortable. It's 0 degrees outside right now. In real life, you guys can see the snow in the background. But in my car, I've got heat that works like a charm. And it's probably 80 degrees in here. I'm not cold at all. I could take my coat off if I wanted to. And it's the middle of winter. That's new. That didn't exist 150 years ago. That didn't exist for the, thousands of years of human history that, humans have been a part of. So my point with all this is, if you can find a way to remove comfort from your life, or if you have any goals that you want to achieve, anything you need to get done that you've just been putting off, and I'm not trying to come at you guys, I do the same thing. Remove the comfort from it. It's been working for me. I have not been comfortable this whole day since I got up, and guess what? I've looked forward to sitting down here and making this video, when in the past, if I would have woke up, slept until 10:30 in my nice warm bed, woke up, had a bowl of sugary cereal that tastes really good, would I really have wanted to sit in my car and talk to you guys and made this video? No. I would have wanted to listen to my music and not think about anything, turn my brain off. But guess what? That's because I'm in the loop of comfort, and now I'm not. There are so many ways that I could try to point this out to you, but I think you guys know. You guys know what to do. If you have any questions about how exactly to remove comfort from your life, certain strategies you can do, let me know. I will try to help you. I could go into detail for 10 hours talking about that. Easily 10 hours of detail. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick crash course because I love you guys so much. I'm not trying to make money off you guys or sell anything. I'm gonna give you a quick crash course. Number one, journaling. If you can journal and write down your goals, if you can wake up out of bed without a cup of coffee, go straight to your journal and start writing, that will move the needle when it comes to comfort. Number two, if you do things that are hard on purpose, for example, if it's super cold outside, if you just walk out there with just a t-shirt on and tell yourself you're gonna stand out there for 5 minutes, 30 seconds even, shit like that, random things. I'm giving you guys the foundation and the snowball so you can start rolling it down the hill and making it bigger. You guys know what to do. If you have any more specific questions about anything about this, feel free to contact me. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me here on YouTube, absolutely anywhere. Just search my name, Tanner Powell. I would love to help you guys. But please, if you take one thing away from this, it's that everything is possible and nothing is as hard as it seems. If you can eliminate the comfort, your brain will fall immediately back into that working state. You'll start to achieve your goals a lot faster. And it's something that I've been employing, especially this year in 2026. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. No long outro. Apply this knowledge, and thank you so much.